Hello, everybody, and welcome to Irish Hypnotherapy Conference 2025. Meet the speakers. And today, it's a very early start, all the way from Toronto for Helen and Julie. How are you guys? Good morning, or afternoon from me, but morning to you.
Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Happy to be here.
Excellent. Actually, you guys are attending a big training this week, aren't you?
We're at a Mike Mandel training right now. Actually, we're doing this from our hotel room. So this is perfect timing before our day starts.
Excellent. Maximum utilization of time and space.
Yeah,
Well done, you
exactly.
both. And so, for people who don't know you, because you guys will be talking, and actually, as I was just saying, you are the first set of Canadians to
We're
present. You're the
honored.
first group to present.
Yeah.
And you're also going to be dealing with a really interesting topic, which I think is the first time it's been covered. So, do you want to just give people an introduction to who you guys are?
Sure, we're the Hypnosis Healers. There's four of us. We're all hypnotists, but we also come to it through other experience.
Now,
We're
you've
life
already
coaches.
hypnotized me because I can't see the other two.
Exactly.
They're invisible right up
All
here.
right.
No,
Okay.
you will
Okay.
actually meet them as well. But because we're here at the training together, we thought we'll do this with you. But there is four of us, and we have all kinds of varied backgrounds, counseling, Reiki, yoga, meditation teachers,
Running businesses.
yeah, all of that. So we have had a lot of communication with different coaches and people in this healing industry, as well as hypnotherapists. And I'll let Julie talk a little bit about why we chose this topic.
Yeah.
Yeah, please.
So we chose a topic about healing our money wounds and getting really comfortable with the notion of not just being successful, but being able to be lucratively abundant while helping other people. And working in the wellness industry for years, we've noticed there is usually a block with healers or helpers or givers, people who want to give to others. There's this almost like wall that goes up that says, well, I have to do it for free, or I have to do it cheap, or, it's to help people.
Yes.
And the irony of that is when we do that, we cannot, it's impossible to create sustainable businesses. And so usually what happens is people aren't doing hypnotherapy to their full capacity because they have to either do another job or they are too worried to give up a job that they don't like to do this, which is their passion. So it's like these lights are being dimmed because the money issues are blocking them, versus if we heal the stories around money, which we all have, John, we
Right.
all have from childhood, from our ancestors, we all have these programs. So if we can heal those programs and those stories through modalities like hypnotherapy and other things, we can create lucrative businesses, which actually allows our impact to go further into the world because we'll be seeing more clients. We'll be shining our light brighter. We'll be doing something we love. And we see this in our own practice. The people we work with, it inspires other people to want to become hypnotherapists. But the key is sustainable business so that I can leave something I don't like and do what I really love. It's a really important topic for hypnotherapy to have the reach that it deserves at this time and space on our planet.
I absolutely agree. And I'll come back to that in a moment, but just a little bit about the two of you. You're both practicing hypnotherapists.
Yes, we both have
And ha
businesses. Yeah.
how long have you been in this wonderful field? Or is there a
Well,
particular
we've been
area
life
that you're
coaches.
specializing in?
Yeah, we've been life coaches for quite a long time. I've done 20 years. You've
Yeah,
done,
I mean, I've been in business. I've been an entrepreneur my whole life. I grew up in that, and I've done a lot of consulting with for years with other business owners on how to make more money.
Right.
Because working in wellness, I've been working in the wellness industry for a very long time, 25 years. Even we find that with people running spas and yoga studios, therapists, massage therapists. There's this just the business side, they go into it because they love it, but they don't necessarily have the business training, acumen, but also the biggest thing is the stories to heal that you can make money.
Yeah.
That's the biggest piece too. So
But to answer your question, we actually met online through a hypnotherapy training program.
Our first training.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that was about 2 years ago. And since
longer
then,
than that, it was about 3. The
Three?
training
Okay.
was 3 years ago.
The training was 3
Yeah.
years ago. Time flies.
It does.
And since then, we see clients one-on-one, but we also do women's retreats. So we have done
very good.
4 sold out women's retreats, and they are actually hypnosis retreats, bringing in all the other modalities. So already we've seen huge transformations just taking these women in. When they leave 3 days later, they are a different person. They look differently, they think differently. And so that's the power of hypnosis and shifting your beliefs. So that's why we chose money specifically, because when people realize that money is infinite, just like air, then they start to shift their thinking. And we all know your thoughts create your reality. And so we want this for everyone. We want everyone to be so successful in their business, so it's sustainable, but also so they can continue learning and developing, because we're big believers in personal development. That's why we're here this week.
100%. And John, what we've noticed is a lot of people will take trainings, they're passionate about it, but then way less people will actually even create one client for exchange, like of money. Like you'll do family and friends, but I would say a minimal amount that take the training actually go on and see how it's possible to make it a business. And when we did our training, we started seeing clients. Right away. I know I saw a client 2 days after I got certified, because I was like, just go, just do it, step in, lean in. And within 6 months of us knowing each other, we did a sold out retreat, because we found a niche in the market that people are looking for. They want those deeper dives.
Well, there's a couple of different things in there. One is, yes, you're right, about 10% of people who actually, in fact, I think it's even less, about 10%
I would believe that too. Yeah.
But the second thing is, and it's a big one for me, that's something that I guess I've been preaching for the last 2 years, is that everybody's self-employed. So while everybody goes into this field because they want to help, because they're fascinated by hypnosis and by hypnotherapy and the impact it has, and I'm no different, we are also self-employed. So without actually generating a business, we actually can't help anybody.
No,
it's a very limited capacity to what we can do.
And being self-employed can be a very humbling experience. And then you've got your critter brain that starts activating, and it can feel isolating and
hold on.
scary.
Whoa. Well, you may explain critter brain. That's a very different terminology to what we're used to.
Maybe that's a Canadian expression.
It's the opposite of, like, I think when you're self-employed, what we need to do is be our best cheerleader. We have to cheer ourselves on. We have to believe in ourselves in order to propel that success. And sometimes we get in our head, and instead of cheering ourselves on, we're critical, or we have self-doubt or imposter syndrome that comes up in building a sustainable business. And that's really at the core what we're going to address at this conference. And we're going to do it in our session, where we're really going to get to the nuts and bolts of how we can start to create that change work, not just talk about it, but what we can do to start to create that change work. And then in our day post-conference, we're going to do a deeper dive and actually go through healing exercises where people will feel that shift. They'll feel that abundant energy that's already in them. They just have to tap into it.
Well, the beauty is that you guys have already done it. So you've lived it. So you've done your workshops within the 6 months. You've done, so you've actually healed those money wounds that were there, because they are there, and there's no doubt about it. I'm lucky.
100%.
I healed mine, and there's a money tree out the back, but my parents thought it wasn't.
You know what, John? There is a money tree for everyone. It's just a matter of pretending it's there. And then after you pretend, you start believing it's there. And the more you believe, we know, right? The reticular activating system, RAS, right? What you focus on, you attract.
Correct.
But the minute those blocks come up, it's like putting a wall between you and all that money that is out there for everybody. And that's what we want. People have to come to the awareness first. And so even just being aware that you have those limiting beliefs, already you're closer to getting that flow of money in your life. And it's okay. It's not the root of all evil.
No, absolutely. I know, but there's a programming issue.
Don't we love money? Julie, don't we love money too? And money loves us.
I like that. Because yeah, it's a programming issue. It purely is. We've all been programmed as kids. Money doesn't grow on trees, or whatever.
We've had so
Um,
many programs around it, even
What?
in.
Tell me the woman at dinner yesterday.
Well, yeah, I mean, you get signs from universe, right? I think all the time. And, we were out for dinner and it's a perfect example of a beautiful soul who her eyes just lit up, I think, when she saw and heard what's possible for her. And even like we were challenging what she was charging for a client and how to build a business, get into a little bit more detail, like just for her to tangibly be able to see the possibilities,
yes,
and know that she can create not just a sustainable business, but like a thriving business in service to others. Like it's a beautiful thing. So and she just went through a breakup, and it's really important, I think, not just for women, but for all of us, but for women to say, I can make my own money. I can sustain myself. I can
hugely important.
buy what I want. I can choose to support myself, and I don't have to do a job that like where I'm sort of selling my soul. Like I don't want to do this job, but it's just to put
Yes,
food on the table. I think
absolutely.
I think it takes a special person that's called to do hypnotherapy or any kind of healing. And when you are called to do that, it's divine energy that's supporting you there, and it's divine energy that comes in the form of money. And when we look at it that way, we can start to shift.
Absolutely. And of course, the other thing is that a lot of therapists here they'll have a breadth of services they provide. It's not just hypnotherapy.
Yes.
And a lot you guys will already be covering that perspective because
Yes,
you
because
all
we
work
do
in
as
that
well.
field.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So
100%.
it's a must see for anyone who is in business for themselves. And because ultimately, without the funds coming in, without the clients, and without being able to charge properly, as you said, those lights are dim, those services aren't provided, and the
And a
people
lot
who
of people give up on their dream, and we see that. We see a lot of people give up on our dream. And I always say, think of all the people that you didn't help, that needed your help because you gave up on that dream. So it's time. And it's time because as a world, and the more I do in this training, I think, Helen, you would agree, the more we realize this is needed. People are at their breaking points, whether it's stress, whether it's anxiety, whether it's showing up in physical ailments, whatever that is showing up for people, even kids we're seeing it with, and
Mm,
which is a whole other thing. If kids can get this from the time they're young, wow, it changes the trajectory of their life, right?
absolutely,
So,
absolutely. I
yeah.
love working with
And
children
also
to
we
do
talked about
healing.
how money is a topic that is almost, I don't feel comfortable going there. So when we get together with our friends, nobody wants to talk about money. And yet it impacts every part of our lives, our
Absolutely.
relationships,
Absolutely.
our stress levels, our
Yeah.
finances, of course, our finances, but our health when we're under stress financially. So it
For
impacts every
couples,
area.
it's the
Yes,
biggest
it's
stress.
It's
huge.
the
And
biggest
yet we're
cause of
all like,
argument.
oh, that's taboo. I don't want to talk about it. But you know what? It's time to talk about it because we can really help each other through this and make a huge difference.
Oh, I'm looking forward to that talk. So you will be talking on the 5th and 6th of April, and then what we're proposing is that on the 7th of April or the 8th, the date's yet to be confirmed, you will be running a post-conference workshop on that.
Yeah,
Yes.
for those who want to do a deep
For
dive,
those
and
who want to
what
do
a
a
great
deeper dive into it.
investment in yourself,
Yeah.
great investment in your business that's going to pay off
And
in a
in
huge
and
way.
in all those clients that you get to treat and heal and help on
Clients
the
you've yet
journey.
to see that you can
Yeah, the
now
clients you've
reach.
yet to see. Exactly. Exactly. It's time. It is time.
Absolutely. And
That's right, Julie.
That's right.
right. Well,
Yeah.
listen, thank you both very much. And I know,
Thank you,
well
John.
done on hypnotizing me so I couldn't see the other two, but we will do it in time.
Magic.
Thank you
Um,
for believing in our purpose and believing in us. We are so thrilled to come from Canada. We just can't wait to meet everyone there in
Yeah.
Ireland. Super
Yeah.
excited.
it's going to be fantastic. I can't
It
wait to
will.
meet you guys. And yeah, I look forward to seeing you on the 5th and 6th of April before that.
Thank you,
Thank
And
you,
to
John.
everyone
John.
else, I wish you all a beautiful day. We'll see you all on the 5th and 6th of April. All the details are on www.irishhypnotherapyconference.ie, as I had to think about that for a moment. You'd think I wouldn't. And see you all then. Have a beautiful day wherever you are and whatever you're doing.